on time today. Well, ish, give or take 10 minutes. But how's everybody doing this morning? How are you all feeling? Because the energy over the last few days has been absolutely fucking insane with all the planets in retrograde and just the weirdness in general. It's been a bit much to deal with. So we'll give it a couple of minutes while I do a few more shuffles. We'll see if anybody rocks up, and then we will dive straight into today's reading, which is kind of interesting already. So just sit in the awkward silence while I do some shuffles until some people turn up, and then we shall jump. Whoa. Okay, that doesn't happen very often. There's got to be a message in there somewhere. What are we doing? Taking the ones on my feet or the ones that have gone upright? We're taking the ones that have gone upright, so bear with me one sec. Just as I was picking those cards up, my guides were like, there may be trouble ahead. And the card that came out upright was the 5 of Wands with the 6 of Wands in reverse. There may be trouble ahead. As long as you use your intuition and your discernment, then it's not going to be the same kind of trouble that you perceive that it's going to be. So that's a very interesting message. I love it when the cards speak for the self this early in the morning. So let's get some blunt cards and then we'll dive straight into it. So there's been this energy in the cards for the last few readings that I've done about waiting. And are you waiting for a path to open up? Are you waiting for a path to form? Are you just waiting about to see which direction it is that you need to be fucking heading in or what? Because, oh God. I see what's occurring here. I really see what's occurring here. You're waiting for a path to show up, but you're kind of apprehensive about what that's going to look like, about what it's going to feel like, how it's going to smell, how it's going to taste, how it's going to be tangible for you. And that's the fucking issue. Like we were saying yesterday, ego is being a little bit loud and it's kind of getting in the way. So ego, hush your fucking mouth now, because whatever situation it is that you're in at the moment, I feel like it's got you kind of tied up and waiting around just a little bit. And you're waiting around because your ego says that it's safe and it's comfortable. You're waiting around because your ego is protecting you with the I got scared card here. Whatever it is that you're waiting for to open up, it's like it's a whole new crossroads on a street that you've never even been down before. You don't know where you're going. None of the street lights are working. You can't see what's going on, and there's not even any cars on it to light the way. And when you can't see where it is that the universe is taking you, and there's not a clear path that's forming in front of you, it does get difficult. It's hilarious because the Empress card has come out so much in the last few readings. You're just being asked to accept whatever it is that the universe is sending to you at the moment, because it's sending you something really, really, really amazing. It's just, you're stuck here on this crossroads and you're like, I don't know which way to go. Right now, you're not supposed to. Meditate. Take some time out of your day. Meditate. And if you're one of these people that believes that meditation needs to be all head shaven and sitting down and on the floor, you're wrong. Meditation doesn't need to be that difficult. If you have difficulty meditating, I would suggest that you try the candle method. Light a candle, watch the flame, and acknowledge the thoughts that come, but don't let them sit in your brain for too long. You're supposed to acknowledge them and let them pass. Pick up the information that's coming in your meditation. Pick up those downloads. Write them down if you need to, because there's going to be something within that moment of enlightenment that kind of makes you feel a little bit like a rabbit in a headlight. Which is hilarious considering you're on the brink of this crossroads and you're not really sure where it is that you need to go, but the universe is telling you whichever way you go, it's going to be fucking awesome. So pay attention to that. Why it is that you're feeling scared, apprehensive at the moment, it's because this crossroads that you're on at the moment, it feels like it's been a bit of a go around. It feels like people who are watching from abroad or anywhere other than East Yorkshire probably won't understand the concept of the Outer Circle bus. But in Hull, we have a bus called the Outer Circle, and it literally goes round the entire city. And that's what's occurring at the moment. You've been going round and round and round. It's like you're on this loop. And whatever point it is now that you come back to, that crossroads, you've never quite made it in the right direction before. This time, it doesn't really matter which fucking direction it is that you take, because it's going to be awesome either way. It's just your ego is pre-programmed to tell you to do what it is that feels safe. And even if that means settling, even if that means that you are uncomfortable where you are at the moment, take the steps that you're being guided to take so that this path can open up completely for you. Because at the moment, it looks like it's got all kinds of branches and shit all across it, and you can't really get past it without a real lot of hard work. But actually, it's not that difficult to get past it. It's like your ego's putting all these imaginary blockages in the way, and it's making you feel like change is hard. Yeah, change is hard. It's supposed to be hard, but the satisfaction that you will get at the end of that change, it's brilliant. So just make sure that you're open, that you're allowing yourself to receive the downloads that you're being given at the moment, the information that's coming through, not only from spirit and your spirit team, but from your higher self as well. And a lot of you can't differentiate the voice inside your head with the voice of your higher self. And I've spoken about this quite openly before. I'm from Hull in East Yorkshire, and Hull has a proper accent, and a lot of people who live in this city have a hell of a lot more thick accent than I do. The voice of my higher self sounds like people who speak from the council estate on which I grew up on. And I'm going to do you a little bit of an impersonation now. The voice of my higher self sounds like, "All right, mate, how are you doing?" My ego sounds like, "Hello there. How are you doing today?" My ego is my telephone voice. That's what I tell everybody. And the voice of my higher self does not sound how I anticipated it was ever going to sound. And for a lot of people, you're in that same situation at the moment. The voice that you're listening to is not the voice of your higher self. It is the voice of your ego. And your ego can be dangerous when you don't acknowledge it, when you don't listen to it properly, and when you don't tell it to hush its fucking mouth. Your ego needs to shut up in this situation, because what it's doing is it's telling you down this dark, scary path, there is danger. There's actually not danger, just your ego is doing its job and it's protecting you. Let's see what... I was going to say, let's see what it is that your ego is protecting you from, but at the moment, feels like your ego is protecting yourself from yourself. That's a bit of a scary situation to be in. And how funny, just as I finished shuffling, like this card was the card that came out on the floor at the beginning of the reading, and now it's in reverse on the bottom of the deck. You have the power as long as you learn to quiet your ego. And in quietening your ego, you need to move away from people, places and things that aren't serving you. Move away from people, places and things that are encouraging your ego to be really loud at the moment, because there is a victory here. It's just your ego can't see it clearly. It can't understand how it is that you're going to get from where you are now to where it is that you're going. But your higher self, it knows, and your ego's just stopping you from acknowledging what you know to be divine truth. And divine truth can sometimes be quite scary, especially when you talk to people about your divine truth and they've got no idea what it is that you're talking about, and they look at you like you've fallen out of a fucking tree. You've not actually fallen out of a tree and hit all the stupid branches on the way down. It's just you're divinely guided at the moment, and people who aren't spiritually enlightened don't understand divine guidance, and your ego's trying to push you away from that divine guidance, and all your ego's doing is inadvertently stabbing you in the back a million times, like the Ten of Swords, which has just come out in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Like, when you listen to the divine guidance that you're getting at the moment from the universe, you will come to a deeper understanding of something about yourself, why this hasn't worked out before. There's like a missing tidbit of information. It's taking you around the houses so that you can grab it, so that you can gather it. And there's no point crying over spilled milk, because there's nothing in this situation to cry about. Like I said at the beginning, just because you can't see where it is that you're going, you don't know what path it is that the universe is pushing you down at the moment, that doesn't mean that it's okay to just kind of sit in your ego and do nothing. Because from from small acorns mighty oak trees grow is what Archangel Michael and my granddad wanted me to say. And my granddad's being quite loud at the moment, which is kind of really not like him. He's one of the quietest members of my spirit team, but he knows whoa, he knows where it is that you're going. They know what it is that they're trying to do for you here. And what they're trying to do is present you with this absolutely awesome opportunity, but you've got to be ready for it. Like we said yesterday, you've got to be prepared to do the scary things so that you can get yourself out of this Nine of Swords energy. This like, oh my God, I'm stressing, I'm up all night, I'm worrying. Worry is the most fucking pointless emotion that we could ever encounter in the entire universe, because worry acts like a snowball. When you worry about something, you ruminate on it. And then as you're ruminating, the snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then next thing you know, the snowballs like bulge you over and you're laid there in the snow like a bit of a dickhead. And if you can get yourself out of this worry, out of this, why is this happening to me kind of energy, because nothing ever happens to you, everything happens for you. The universe has you exactly where it is that you need to be right now, and that's what your ego is telling you is not the case. And really it is, because something magical and something divine, something incredibly divine is happening in the background. You just have to make sure that your ego's quiet enough for you to be able to accept it. I mean, double empress, hello, just accept it. Get yourself in that receiving mode. For some of you, you need to listen to Abraham Hicks, specifically the get yourself in receiving mode, or the morning thing that she does, where you set yourself up for the day to allow yourself to receive the things that are coming in. For some of you, this change, you're going to love it. It's just, you're not looking after yourself in the correct kind of way at the moment. And for a lot of people, self-care is like, oh yeah, I'll get a bubble bath, I'll put a face mask on, I'll do my nails, I'll get my hair done, whatever. In this instance, what they're asking you to do with self-care is dig a little bit fucking deeper inside yourself. Dig deeper than you've ever dug before, because you are capable of doing that. And yeah, like I said before, change is scary, so's doing the inner work. But the inner work is going to be the thing that provides you with this enlightenment. Like I said earlier, meditate more. The answers that you need are in your meditation. So get to work with that. What are you even fucking watching YouTube for at this point? Why are you not like just turning me off and going off and meditating? Because this wheel, it's turning. It's bringing you in all the good things that you know that are divinely guided, but all the things that your ego is standing in the way and going, no, that looks a bit difficult, that looks a bit hard, we might get hurt. Being hurt is just a part of life, and not everybody can understand that. My gran would like me to remind you that you can only meet people as deep as you meet yourself, and some people are deep as the ocean, others are as deep as a fucking raindrop, and we all know raindrops ain't that deep. And how hilarious, just as I say raindrops aren't that deep, the heavens absolutely opened and it's pissing down here. So allow yourself to receive not only the messages, but allow yourself to receive your being and your higher self at a much more deeper level, because at the moment it feels like you're kind of miserable. Your ego's got you stuck, feeling like you're a bit stuck in the fucking mud at the moment, and it's really easy to flip this sun card the right way up again, as long as you allow yourself to be open to the things that the universe is sending you. Be open to the downloads. Don't let your ego override your intuition, like we were saying in yesterday's reading, because when your ego overrides your intuition, you do kind of get stuck. No wonder the Hangman cards come out. Like, you are not bound and chained to this situation. You're not. You think you are, but it's an egoic illusion. Oh, that's some big words for this time in the morning. It's an egoic illusion. Why does it feel like it's it feels like it's an illusion because you're kind of out of balance just a little bit at the moment. And the universe is urging you to do this deep dive within yourself so that you can recalibrate yourself on all levels, mind, body, and soul. And when it comes to doing the inner work, if you're not digging deep enough, then no wonder your ego is being loud, because you're not finding the things that your higher self needs to make it hush. And hushing your ego at the moment is really, really, really important. I can't stress that enough. And I've just gone to pick up the blunt deck again, and happiness is on the bottom. We've already had the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So whatever this is that your ego's being loud about, it feels like it could be about money and finances. Like, oh, I don't deserve this. Bullshit. There's more than enough money to go around for everybody on the planet. But if you're finding yourself in a situation where you're stuck with finances or you're stuck with money, that's where this deep dive work comes in. I don't like plugging the other products that I do on here, but visit www.getwealthwarfare.com if you're looking for ways to overcome your money blockages, because this does feel like there's some kind of not feeling worthy enough to receive it. There's some kind of childhood wound here, or a limiting self-belief that you've picked up along your journey and on your path that's kind of stopping you. But with the 10 of Pentacles being here, the universe wants you to have this. It wants you to be ready, because, oh shit, Archangel Metatron's like, because we're about to make it rain, and they're literally showing me, those money gun things that you can get, like spitting out money all over the place, and that feels like it's what you need at the moment. So make sure you're getting yourself right within so that you are able to accept this financial gift that the universe is dropping in your lap. And a lot of you, I've just split the deck with the knowing card there. You know that this is coming. You know that you've got as much right as the next person to accept this. But while your ego's being loud and being like, oh no, we are not worthy, check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself, because you damn well are. Listen to your intuition while it's being loud. Allow yourself to be in this feminine receiving energy so that it can come to you, and do the deep dive. Find out why it is that you're not allowing yourself to accept whatever it is that the universe is trying to send in for you, because this feels really big. It also feels really stuck. It feels stuck around your sacral and your solar plexus chakra, and it also feels stuck around your throat chakra as well. So while you're meditating, spend some time meditating on your throat chakra, your solar plexus, and your sacral chakra, just so that you can bring it in for yourself. Some of you, when I say self-care, some of you need to eat more fruit and vegetables at the moment. And I know the weather is cold here in England at the moment. Maybe you need some like comfort food. Collard greens, if that means anything to anybody. Personally, I can't stand collard greens, but some of you need to eat some more green fruit and vegetables. Some of you are lacking in iron in some respect. I don't know if that's because you've got a chronic health condition or just with the time of year that it is at the moment, but make sure while you're feeding your inner self, you're feeding your outer self the right kind of food at the moment, and allow yourself to be a little bit more forgiving for the mistakes that you've made in the past when it comes to doing this self-care and doing this inner work, because a lot of you aren't practicing what it is that you're preaching at the moment. There's something called, I can't even say it properly. It's a Hawaiian thing. I think it's called Ho'oponopono or something like that. And it's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. access my playlist. It's called Here, Help Yourself, here on YouTube. Go look at that. The thing that I'm talking about's in there. It's HO apostrophe OPONONO, however you say that. But go and have a look. Go and listen to it. Go to sleep if you need to. They're part of you have acted in the past and the way that you've not correctly taken care of yourself. That's a bit of a weird message, but it'll apply to whoever it applies to. You see, these cards are very loud at the moment. You're overthinking. You're overthinking the bullshitty lies that you've told yourself in the past when it comes to self-care, when it comes to doing the inner work. You got to take it slow at the moment, one step in front of the other, because this new beginning that's coming in for you with the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups and the double Empress card, it's going to happen a hell of a lot quicker than you think. That's why you need to make sure that you're prepared. My granddad's like, prior planning prevents piss poor performance, and genuinely it really does. So make sure that you're spending some time not only planning what it is that you're doing now, but planning where it is that you want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years. Make sure you've got a plan, an actionable plan that you're able to stick to, because that's going to really assist you. Write down your dreams, write down where you want to see yourself in like the next 5 years. Make sure you've got that written down so you've got something to go back so that you can action it. Write down your ideal day, right from waking up in the morning until going to sleep. Go into detail about where it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to be doing with your time, your effort and your energy, because all of that stuff might seem inconsequential in the right now, but it's going to really assist you and help you with getting on the right path, so that this isn't even a manifestation. This is something that you've just been waiting for change for a really long time. But when you put things down on paper, it's going to make it so much easier for your subconscious mind to understand it better when you read it back to yourself. So I'm just going to finish up with another couple of Morgan Greer cards, and then I'll let you all crack on with your day. So final cards. You see, you're scared of taking this leap. You're scared of taking the leap because it feels like you're going to get your heart broken because you're going round in circles. It's hilarious how the Empress has come out twice from both decks, but then the Nine of Pentacles has come out in reverse from the Morgan Greer. For those of you that read tarot, you'll know the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy in the Minor Arcana. She needs to be upright so that this double Empress can be like, yep, go, I'm ready. But because you don't have a plan to stick to, you're kind of not ready. That's why your ego is making you feel like, nah, I can't do this. I can't take this running leap off the edge of this cliff because I genuinely don't believe that the universe is going to support me. The universe will always support you when you're on the right path. Trust me. Actually take it from somebody who knows, because a lot of tarot readers don't have the life experience to back things up with, and I do. I'm in a horrible situation at the moment, but the universe has got me exactly where I need to be so that I can get my ducks in a row. You need to get your ducks in a row also. Don't be afraid of this Fool card. Don't be afraid of taking a misstep, because failure is just it's just a step on your journey. Failure shows you what not to do next time. It picks you up, it spins you around, and it puts you back on the path in the direction that you were supposed to be. And your ego is kind of trying to talk you out of that at the moment, and it's really important that you kind of don't listen. Do the inner work, because happiness is here. I don't know what song that's off, but my guide's like, happiness is just around the corner. It sounds like a really cheesy 80s or 90s like Euro pop tune. But it is, happiness is just around the corner. And if you let yourself get dragged down by what it is that your ego's telling you, you're really going to get in your head a hell of a lot more than you have been at the moment. So do yourself a favor, meditate, do the inner work, make sure you're writing this shit down, make sure you've got a clear, actionable plan to get from where you are now to where it is that you want to go, because your higher self knows the way. It's just your ego's like, oh dude, we're fucking lost, we need a map, let's turn around and go back to where it is that we came from. You can't turn around and go back to where it is that you came from, because the person that you used to be just doesn't, it's not there anymore. That old person, that old version of you does not exist. So this time round, you have got to do things differently. You have got to step up. And honestly, you've got no fucking choice but to be in this receptive Empress energy. So that, like I said at the beginning, so that you can lift all the debris and all the overgrown shit from off this path that you're not really sure whether or not you should go down. You are. Do the thing. Go down the path. That's hilarious. Where I go for a walk in an evening, there's like this dodgy little, not even lit pathway that goes in between two factories. Mammy Cunningham, you are right. It is The Venga Is Coming by the Venga Boys. That is the song. Happiness is just around the corner. Play that song today. Put it on the top of your playlist and play it really loud. Put it on. But the path that I walked down on an evening, when I very first went to go and walk down there, it was all blocked off. There was all kinds of brambles and trees all overgrown and everything. And a couple of days later, the council had been and they'd cleared it. And I'm the only person, I swear, I'm the only person that walks down that fucking path. But that's what you're being shown at the moment. You need to get your chainsaw out, cut the branches. That's a bit of a weird message. They're like, a scythe is something that you use to like cut down overgrown things in the jungle. That's what you need to do. You need to not be afraid to use your scythe. So that you can cut it down so that new things can grow. Look, you see how he's got a flower on the end of his walking stick. That's really significant for some of you. The flowers, the hearts and the rainbows, life isn't always like that. Which is why your ego keeps stepping in. But it can be like that, which is what your higher self is telling you, which is why your ego needs to hush its fucking mouth, babes. Tell it to show up. It's just tell it to show up. It's been a rascal. This new journey that you're about to go on, when you're finally brave enough to cut all the shit down from the path that's right in front of you, it's going to turn out perfectly. You're not sneaking away from anything. In fact, what you're sneaking into is the most important part of your story that there's ever been. So make sure you're ready, because when this finally rocks up, this is going to happen a hell of a lot quicker than you perceive that it's going to. In fact, this is going to change everything. So make sure you're putting one foot in front of the other. Understand that mistakes happen. Failure, it's just a part of life. If something feels like you've failed, then pick yourself up, try again, look at it from a different perspective, take a smaller step if you need to. Even for some of you, you might even need to micromanage yourself and like have a list written out and make sure that you're following said list and you're ticking everything off. But go play the Venga Is Coming song and have an absolutely fucking amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for watching. If today's reading resonated and you wanted to do a little bit more of a deeper dive, please feel free to visit my website, spirituallystevie.com, and book yourself in for a personal reading. Have a look at all the other great things that I do while you're there as well. And have an absolutely awesome day. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.